Many English learners believe they must speak perfectly before they can speak confidently. They think they must know all the grammar rules, pronounce every word correctly, and speak without any hesitation or mistakes. Because of this belief, they keep waiting. They wait for the right moment. They wait until their English feels perfect. They wait until they feel confident. But that moment never arrives. Real fluency does not come from perfection. Real fluency begins the moment you start using English, even if it is imperfect, simple, or a little slow. The more you speak, the faster you improve. The more you use the language, the more natural it becomes. Fluency grows through action, not through fear. Many people imagine that fluent speakers never make mistakes. But in reality, even native speakers make mistakes every day. They repeat themselves, they use fillers like and you know. They forget words, they correct their sentences, and they speak with hesitation when they are unsure. This is completely normal. Mistakes are part of natural communication. They do not stop fluency, they are included in fluency. When learners try too hard to avoid mistakes, they stop speaking. When they stop speaking, they stop improving. That is why so many learners study English for years but still lack confidence. They fear they are not good enough to speak. But you don't need perfect English to communicate. You need understandable English. You need confident English. You need the courage to express your ideas. These skills grow with practice, not with perfection. Learning English is not like solving a math problem. It is not an exam that you pass or fail. It is a skill, just like swimming, driving, cooking, or playing a musical instrument. You cannot learn to swim by watching videos. You cannot learn to drive by reading a book. You cannot learn guitar without touching the instrument, and you cannot learn to speak English without speaking. Fluency develops through repetition, through conversation, through listening and imitating, through expressing ideas in your own words. When you treat English as a skill instead of a test, you stop worrying so much about mistakes. You start focusing on progress. You start practicing more, and with practice, your fluency becomes stronger and more natural. Every time you use English, even for a few minutes, your brain builds and strengthens new connections. Speaking, listening, and thinking in English activate different parts of the brain. When you speak daily, even for just 5 minutes, your hesitation decreases, your confidence increases, your pronunciation improves, and words come to your mind faster. Your brain becomes familiar with English sounds and patterns. Small daily actions create big results. But when you wait for perfection, you remain stuck. Waiting creates fear. Fear creates silence. Silence stops progress. Mistakes should not be feared. They should be welcomed. They are your teachers. They show you what to improve. Think of a baby learning to walk. The baby falls hundreds of times. Every fall teaches balance. Every mistake teaches movement. If babies waited until they were perfect, they would never walk. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are signs of growth. If you forget a word, it means you are trying to use new vocabulary. If your grammar is not perfect, it means you are practicing structure. If your pronunciation is unclear, it means you are speaking and improving. Every mistake moves you forward. You don't need expensive courses or a native partner to start improving. You can begin right now with simple daily habits. Speak out loud every day. Describe your morning, your plans, your surroundings, your feelings. Even 2 to 3 minutes help your brain think in English. Shadow native speakers by repeating what they say in the same tone and rhythm. Use new vocabulary immediately by making your own sentences. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Listen later and notice what you can improve. Do not correct yourself too much while speaking. Speak first, correct later. Communication is more important than perfection. You can also have small conversations online or with friends. Even short interactions build confidence. And remember that people are more interested in your message than your grammar. They want to understand you, not judge you. The fear of speaking is common for all learners. Fear tells you, what if I make mistakes? But you need to tell yourself, mistakes are part of learning. Start small. Begin with simple topics. Practice alone first if you feel shy. Understand that fear is normal, but speaking despite fear is what makes you stronger. Consistency is more important than long study hours. 10 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Language is like a muscle. It needs regular exercise. Daily practice keeps your brain active and helps English become natural and automatic. Celebrate your progress even if it feels small. Maybe you understood a video without subtitles, or you spoke to someone without freezing, or you learned a new word and used it in a sentence. These small improvements show real growth. Fluency is not about speaking like a native speaker. It is not about perfect grammar or a perfect accent. Fluency means you can express your thoughts clearly and confidently. It means you can talk about your ideas, your experiences, your opinions, and your feelings without fear. It means you can understand others and make yourself understood. Fluency is communication, simple, natural, and real. If you want fluency, the best time to start is today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when your English is better. Start with the English you have right now. Talk to yourself, record your voice, shadow audio, speak with a friend, join a small conversation. Use English every single day. Every word you speak builds fluency. Every sentence helps you grow. Every conversation increases your confidence. Real fluency begins the moment you take action. So stop waiting. Stop thinking you are not ready. You are ready. Start using English today. Start speaking with mistakes. Start expressing yourself even if it feels uncomfortable. Use the language bravely. Use it daily. Use it proudly. Your English will grow, not because it's perfect, but because you are practicing. Real fluency comes from action, not perfection.